everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is about climbing Mount Kinabalu.
Oh, misty eye of the mountain below.
So a few days ago, I had the privilege to climb to the top of the tallest mountain in Malaysia. It was a great experience, definitely challenging. And this video really is to share with you the most frequently asked questions people ask me about my experience. So the recommendation is that you train 3 to 6 months before you climb. And they tell you that you need to climb stairs, you need to go around different kinds of hills, try different terrains, check your diet. My training was slightly different from that in that I did not train. So Danny Squirrel, and then there's the porters.
Yep.
Who's just like chilling. Hello. Hello. And then
14 kg.
shame on us.
No, we didn't ask for any porters, okay? Carry our bags by ourselves, okay? We're talking about. I'm offended.
She's laughing but she's really crying.
I was like sweats, by the way.
I definitely felt a little bit unfit because you're not prepared for the climb. You're not really sure what to expect. So when you start the walk, you know, you're really excited and you're so full of energy and you're kind of like, this is me, look out, 'cause here I come. But then as you keep walking, you realize you're really not physically fit for this, and then you start singing a different song.
And here's to the fools who dream.
Yeah, in hindsight, not training for this climb was definitely a decision I do regret. For the stuff that we took up with us, we got a list online, which was really helpful. All in all, it was about 8 to 9 kilograms that we had to carry in our backpacks all the way up. Well, yeah, as you go higher up a mountain, the air gets thinner, it gets harder to breathe. So if you don't train and you don't know how to control your breathing, you could have actually some issues when you're doing your climb. So for me, when I first started out, it was actually pretty okay. You know, my breathing was fine. Then about 4 kilometers into the ascent, I was hyperventilating, I was panting, and I basically started sounding like a construction site. This is a pretty loaded question. Okay, so a lot of people ask me this, that, oh, was it easy? I'm so exhausted. And we've reached Vanabalan.
Last 100 meters was the toughest because you're so close and yet you're still so far. It's really a battle of the mind.
The top is 5:45 right now.
Finally made it back. Physically, the human body, I believe, it's capable of so much more than we think. You get to that point where you're wondering, is this ever going to end? Am I ever going to reach the top? So you've come too far, right? You can't turn back. You're losing the will to move forward. That's when it really hits you, and you just got to keep going. Sort of. Like, most of it was pretty safe. If you follow the guide, you shouldn't have an issue. But there was one part, as you ascend to the peak, there's just basically a rope that's between you and you falling to your death. So yeah, that part was a bit scary. Incidentally, that's also the area that a lot of people did turn back and go back down, seeing the exit. Yeah, joking. It's the whole journey. I wouldn't say there was one best part. I loved every part of it, even the parts that were painful. It's challenging, but you learn a lot. For me, it was more of a spiritual journey, so I definitely did enjoy it. But I have to say that one of the best parts would be when you're at the peak and you have this amazing view. It's all worth it. It looks like a scene from a movie. Well, I really don't look like Malaysia. Same like the best part. I wouldn't say there was a worst part, but I would say there was a demotivating part, and that's at the bottom. I had 4 more kilometers to go to the base, and my legs were kind of giving way. I really couldn't walk, and every 2 steps, I had to stop and take a break. And I was just watching everybody else kind of just like basically bounce down the mountain with like no issues. I felt like I would never reach the end. At one point I just sat by the side and just kind of like wondered, is this how it's gonna end? I'm just gonna die like this, you know, not being able to like get out of this stupid forest. And at that point of time, like the only people who are kind of like left behind in in the mountains are those like me, like who can't walk down the stairs. So you start like limping faster, trying to out-limp the other limpers, and then it becomes like a limping competition. Who can limp the fastest? Because you don't want to be the last person, right? Which is when I had to like remind myself, I wasn't doing this to be the fastest person up and down. I was doing it because I wanted to be able to get an experience out of climbing a mountain. It's an individual journey. It's not supposed to be compared with other people. In conclusion, you just need to train for this. All in all, it was definitely a good experience. I would definitely recommend people to go for it. You know, you learn so much. It's such a beautiful experience. No. But you should totally go for it. Taking you.
Okay, we're starting the hike.
Yep.
Sure. So exhausted.
It's about 3 hours and 32 minutes. So we're at it's not even a mid peak, but somewhere close to the mid peak, 2 more km. For the past 30 minutes, people have been telling us that, oh, you guys are reaching soon. Oh, you guys are reaching soon. Oh, you guys are really close. You know, to the rest stop, you can have lunch and all. And guess what? 15 minutes passed.
They're very encouraging and misleading at the same time, but it's good. It's been raining, but yeah, we're gonna eat.
It's 4 o'clock sharp.
4 o'clock sharp, and we've reached Manabalan. So
The last 100 meters was the toughest because you are so close and yet you're still so far. It's really a battle of the mind.
it's about 2 o'clock right now, 2 a.m. by the way, and we're about to have our breakfast. We're basically stocking up on carbs before we go for the hike to the peak. So yeah, see you guys soon. It's 5:45 right now. No sunrise for us because the weather is pretty bad.
I made it to the top. I'm freezing to death. I don't made it.
Okay, see you guys.
Okay.
Bye. Thanks to Clarence who carried my bag.
We made it to the entrance.
Are we coming back?
No.
Oh, misty eye of the mountain below.
Come on, boys.